What is up, y'all? Good morning. I finally got a chance to bring something from the house that I've been meaning to do for a few days now and test whether or not glue sticks, hot glue sticks, will remove a broken key. Lockpicking Patrolman posted this in Twitter for Lock Force, and I've been hunting this whole shop trying to find a hot glue stick. They were all at home and I kept forgetting to bring them, but I brought them today. So we're gonna test this video right here that he sent me on Twitter that shows somebody removing a broken key by heating up a hot glue stick and sticking it in the lock to pull the broken key out. And we're gonna test that because it was challenged to us, and I'm just curious as to see how modified that video was. So let's take a look at removing broken keys using a hot glue stick warmed up. But first we have to have a little sit down. As a locksmith over the years, I have seen many attempts to remove broken keys by any number of methods, one of which is highly popular and always has been, is to take glue like crazy glue, put it on the head of the broken key, put it in the lock, and just pull the broken key out. I've seen this attempted, I've seen it online, I've seen videos of it being done. However, as a locksmith, I do feel compelled to let you know that before we get along with this test, it is not a good idea to use any type of adhesive. Adhesives and locks do not belong together at all. There's absolutely no reason to do that. The adhesive can transfer into the cylinder and gum up the cylinder and make it unusable. So before we get along with this test, because this is only a test, I do feel compelled to point out it is best to call a locksmith or take the lock into a locksmith to remove most broken keys. And we're about to go over that. All right, so here we go. We've got a couple of locks set up with keys ready to be broken in them to see if hot glue sticks will get the broken keys out. I will go over a couple of points while I'm doing it. However, this is not a video on how to remove broken keys properly, but there are proper ways to remove broken keys. If a key is a good quality key and it operates the lock correctly, you shouldn't really ever have a problem with it breaking. Typically, they'll break because they are a bad copy of a key made at a box store, and people have to jiggle and jiggle to get it to work, and it finally breaks. Another reason is when it's locked, it's bound up in the frame or the jamb of the door because the house is settled a little bit and it's just really hard to lock and unlock, or the lock itself needs lubricant. Any of those three things can cause a key to snap off in a lock. We're gonna go ahead and do that right there. And when you come upon a broken key situation like that, you always need to have the key turned into the correct position. Go ahead and break this one as well. And also, it really depends on how far. If only half the key broke and it got shoved into the lock, you are not going to be able to get it out most likely. But you always have to make sure that the cylinder itself is turned in the position. When a key is in a lock and it is correct key, it will only come out one way. Therefore, if the broken key is in the side position where it normally wouldn't come out, trying to pull it out in that position is not going to work. So the key does have to be straight up and down with the keyhole to be able to come out. So make sure that's the case first. And we're going to zoom in on this one up here first and see what our hot glue stick does. Wait. There we go. And to do so, we need a lighter. Here we go. We've got that in the up position. Just number one, again, a locksmith is going to use a variety of sharp little tools and doodads to try to pull your broken key out or even take the lock apart. But first I want to make sure that the key just comes out easily like it did. So there we go. Let's put that back in. And we'll move down to this one, just check it real quick as well. Just to make sure the key is as easy to come out as possible. Now this one, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get in there. This is kind of gone. No, yeah, okay. So that one shouldn't be too bad. These are the two most common keyways in the US. We've got a Weiser keyway here, and then above what we're working on is a Schlage keyway. This one's being a little slippy, and again, this is not the point. This is just the point to make sure we're going to be able to get it out. So let's push that one in a little bit further, move up, and start with the Schlage one, and here we go. I've got two different kinds of hot glue stick. I don't know which one. I think the yellow is supposed to be stronger, but here we go with test number one on the Schlage. We're going to heat it up, then we're going to stick it on for about 10 seconds. That video did have a cut in it. I could tell from how much I edit videos. So we're not going to cut this one, but I think the cut may have been because multiple tries and they put two tries together, or the length of the dry time, which I'm going to wait about 10 seconds. So hot glue dries pretty quick once it's not being heated. So here in about 5 seconds, we're going to go ahead and try to pull it straight out, and that's it. So here we go. Oh, no, it let go pretty quick. It did try to pull the key out a little bit. Let's heat it up just a little bit more. Try that one more time. Now, compared to Crazy Glue, this would be a safer alternative to do, because hot glue is, once it dries like it does, it's not going to be that big of a trouble to, it's not going to leave much residue in it. And we're at about 10 seconds. And there we go. No, didn't work again. All right, let's go down to this one right here. And give it a try with the other side. Heat it up real well. And push it in. I'll wait about 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pushing pretty hard in there, hoping it'll squeeze down in the key cylinder. And nope. We can look at it and see that it is touching the key right there. Let's zoom back in. Try this one more time. Get it good and warm. Okay, pushing in for about, let's try about 10 seconds again in case it didn't dry like it was supposed to. So that'll be about 5 Mississippi there. Keep holding it for just a few more seconds. I don't know how long video, since it cuts like that, we don't know how long they let it dry. So we'll just go for about 15 seconds here, and I'm gonna pull straight out. Pulling straight out. Hey, look at that. That pulled it out enough so that we're able to grab it. So that did work a little bit. It did work. Let's try the yellow one now. Let's try the yellow one. I don't know if yellow is gonna be any stronger or weaker. The one they did in the video was clear, but I'm sure there are different kinds of glue sticks that are clear that may be stronger adhesive than others. So we'll try this yellow one, even though I don't know. I think the yellow meant that it was a tackier, it stuck better. Again, pushing it in, and it doesn't look like we have much residue problems at all with trying this, so maybe you won't mess up your lock if you try this. I'm gonna keep pressure on it for about 10 seconds again, and then just try to pull it straight out. Of course, the glue is attaching itself to the face of the cylinder, so you do have to pull it out that way. I might try shaving the thing down a little bit. All right, so there we go, and that's it. Oh, that one's on there. Okay. No, it didn't get it. It didn't get it. All right, let's zoom back up to the Schlage keyway. It's sticking out enough to be able to get something in there, so I think what's happening honestly is it's adhering, the circle is adhering closer, you know, it's adhering real well to the face of the cylinder and not well enough to the key itself. So that may be something that we can actually modify the glue stick to maybe just attach itself to the key. So if that's, so we'll try that as a final example. Wait about 10 seconds here and pull. Come on. See? No. All right, let's go trim this down. All right, I've got the glue stick trimmed down so that it would not adhere maybe to the face of the lock, but I'm just going to make sure that the keys are still able to come out. I think that one is. Yeah, that one's, they're still loose in there. So let's go ahead and try it with this trimmed down portion of a glue stick so that it won't stick as much to the face of the lock and maybe give us a little bit better pull just directly on the key instead of pulling on the whole face of the lock. Okay, there we go, and stick it on. Let's see what this does after about 15 seconds. There's a lot less face of the core that's being adhered with the glue. So maybe the pulling force, instead of it pulling all the way against the face, it'll maybe pull more on the key itself. I don't know. Let's see. Right about now. Hey, look at that. Okay, let's move down. Let's move down and try it on this one. We'll just leave that other side. Oh. Okay, all right, let's try the other end. That seemed to work really well on that one. Let's see how it works on the Weiser keyway. So the one good thing again is it's not leaving a whole lot of residue around the lock. So I think you'd be pretty safe with it not maybe jamming the lock up, especially like super glue would. However, if you're gonna try this, definitely be prepared to have to replace the lock. Worst case scenario. So we've waited about, what's this, about 10 seconds now. And let's see what it does. That just fell off. So one more time, give it one more little go. See if we can get it to stick. Let it dry for just a sec and give it a tug. Hey, so there you have it, y'all. It did seem to work better with the ends trimmed down to be able to just push on the key itself. However, it didn't leave any residue on the front of the lock. I think if we had the key, it would probably work fine because I do not see any residue on it. That does not mean that residue could not get inside the lock. Definitely don't use super glue, but that answers the question. Does a hot glue stick pull out a broken key? Seems like it would. If you have any questions, comments, theories, or suggestions, post them in the comment section. We'll catch y'all next video. Thanks for watching.